Hey, welcome back to the further adventures of Community Pawns in Dragon's Dogma. I'm Neil Gortz, and it's time to take another pawn out on another adventure. First up, we're in the Rift, and for this adventure, I've selected Leon, who's based after the famous Resident Evil character of the same name. Pretty good likeness, he's okay.
Yes, Arisen.
And kicking off, I've also got Sir Bob, who I've been using since the last quest. And in this instance, we've been called back to the capital Grand Sorin. Something fishy's going on. And after a sweet jump over a wall, OMG, it's a cockatrice. This, I'm told, is one of the hardest fights in Dragon's Dogma, and I had a real tough time. And yeah, my team of pawns got absolutely destroyed, as did I. I think I died 4 times before I got it. And in true Dragon's Dogma style, it's just a case of finding the weaknesses and going for it. But yeah, you can see me getting turned to stone and crushed, and it happens to my pawns as well. I lost poor Sir Gore. It's the first time I've ever lost my pawn. He was turned to stone and crushed by the cockatrice, but thankfully I got him back. But yeah, everyone got a real beating on this one, apart from Leon. Leon's a far more experienced pawn than either my pawn or myself, about double the level, so Leon's probably fought a few cockatrices before and knew how to take him out, which helped. And I think the secret to fighting massive monsters in this is just exploring the rest of the Dragon's Dogma world, finding tactics and schooling up your pawns so they're not taken by surprise the next time they're jumped by a massive monster like this. But what a fight. And off it flies into the distance. Now, I'm not going to go too much into this quest because it's a story quest and I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not necessarily going to show you it in the order it played out or the locations and tell you how I got there, because you'll have to discover this for yourself. But it's one of the quests that take you into Soulflare Canyon, which is a major event for Dragon's Dogma, as you'll see. Next up, we meet the Duke. Been doing a lot of work for the Duke and he wants to thank me, so he's going to lead me down to the treasury and give me some sweet new war gear, namely an awesome new cloak and the Golden Bastard Sword. I think I'm going to try Magic Archer next, but for now, for this quest, I'm taking out the Golden Bastard and I'm going to claim some goblin heads. So after a brief equipment change, I decided to give Sir Gortz my pawn my old gear because I haven't upgraded him in a while and I've got some sweet new swords to try out, so he can have my old stuff and take that onto other people's games, and I'll keep my Golden Bastard Sword. There he is, grabbing a goblin. Oh, how's that for teamwork? Awesome. Well done, Sir Gortz. And here we go, off into the wilderness, up into the mountains. And uh-oh, I don't think that massive rock is doing much to cover up the fact that there's a huge monster behind it. There he is, obviously having a snooze. He's about to get a very rude awakening indeed. And you'll note they start mixing it up here. We've got a band of female bandits and they're using this monster to support them. So not only have I got a massive monster to worry about, I've got female archers and mages to contend with as well. So I'm going to let my team take on the monster. That's what I get for being cocky, just knocked on my backside there. I'm going to let my team take on the monster whilst I take out its support. And here you go. Normally, you would be intimidated by something like this, especially when he knocks your teammates flying. But I've fought Cyclopses and Giants and Ogres before, and I know how to take them down. In Dragon's Dogma, you pick the weak spots and you hammer home. So you can see here bits of the armor flying off. And I'm concentrating on the club hand, so once the club's out the way, it's not nearly as powerful. And oh, don't get squished by a falling monster. And there we go, I'm going to climb up and just keep hammering the belly and the weak spots. And now I'm joined once again by Sir Gortz. What an epic pawn. And Leon's climbing up the other leg. This is possibly the best team. And yeah, I'm totally stopping here to take a picture and put it up on Facebook. And back to the action, and you can see I let Sir Bob go, and I've been joined by another pawn here named Minion, which is quite amusing. Minion is a low-level sort of wizard-type character that's responsible for healing us. This was maybe a mistake on my part because Minion is way, way below us. So when Minion goes back to its Arisen, he's going to have a load of experience in Rift Crystals to pass back. He's going to have had an amazing adventure and know exactly what to do on further quests. But for this particular quest, he's not strong enough to heal us or provide a good offense. So that was a bit of a negative oversight on my part. Something I'll probably not do in future community videos, but for now, Minion, you're welcome along for the ride. Yes, go for it, Leon. And once it's down, I'm going to try and make sure it's not getting up, and oh, go team. And yep, you can let me down anytime, buddy. Anytime. Anytime's good for me. Don't drop me, don't squish me. Yes, job done. Alright, and further up we go. It seems weird to be heading up to get into some caves, but oh well. And up a fairly treacherous steep mountain pass. Good view though. You can see pretty much all of Granzi's here. Got an excellent view of Grand Soren too if you're into that sort of thing. So into Soul Flayer Canyon, with the Golden Bastard Sword cleaving through ranks of hobgoblins. And it's one of my favourite dungeons. It's full of hobgoblins and harpies. There's no chance of you getting bored in here, as well as other creatures as well, which we'll soon see. But yeah, it's a great time to find out how your team's going to work together. Minion is clearly mixing it up with offense and defense. You'll see him fire a couple of ice blasts at enemies. And Leon's just sort of been made sure not to let any monsters get away. You'll see when we take on a big group together, Leon will often wander off and make sure nothing escapes or tries to scurry away to recover. And that's something you can set. You can set the attitude of your pawn, and you can tell them how you want to attack and how you want to behave. And coming up now, we have this great sort of homage to Lord of the Rings, the great sort of Balrog moment. Before us is a canyon with a huge drop on either side. And oh look, there's a massive Cyclops in the way. Now again, all the pawns know how to take these things out from the earlier encounters, so straight away you'll see Minion holding back and doing ranged offensive supports, and me will jump and take on the arms. Amazing, it's on fire and everything. He's having none of it, he's so unhappy. Leon, meanwhile, is mopping up the survivors of the harpies in the cave behind us, and has had enough. It's had enough, it's stomping off in a rage, and here I thought, right, I'm going to close in for the kill. But no, it does a 180, and goes on the rampage back to us. Oh, save us, Leon, save us. Yep, there's no way I'm getting in the way of that, so I run for my life. And it's so angry, it falls right off the side. Amazing. Alright, I think I'll round it up here, because I don't want to give too much away. Well done to Leon, well done to Minion. I think I'll take the PS3 guys out next time, because we've had a great load of responses, loads of PS3 gamer tags, as well as loads of Xbox ones, but it's PS3 turn next. Yeah, thanks for watching. More quests coming up.